Welcome to Monkey See,
Monkey Review.
where we are finally going to be wrapping up the series, What If? This episode's title was What If the Watcher Broke His Oath? So,
Great episode. So if you have not watched that episode, go watch it. Come back. We're going to talk about it because spoilers will commence now.
great episode.
Fun.
Great episode. It was, again, one of those episodes where they would put a little bit more into it as far as like the length of the episode. Like it would have been that much better, but it was incredible. I was so pleased with this one. What a way to end a series.
Yeah.
Or at least a season.
Yeah.
Season one.
We know we're getting season 2.
Yeah, they've already confirmed season 2. They've already, in fact, we may have already seen glimpses of season 2 in this season finale, where we got to see Gamora and Tony Stark from Sakaar. Rumor is that was an episode they were going to put in this episode, and they decided to back off because they wanted to hold that one out for season 2.
Which would be great because I'm very interested to see how those two got connected.
Right.
Right.
Like, give me some backstory and
Yep.
then also fill in what happens next,
Yep.
because the way Tony was talking, okay, wanted to put a suit of armor around the whole universe.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony. Okay. Mad Titan a little bit
Well, yeah, you think, that was the whole idea with Ultron.
with the
to
Age of
begin with.
Ultron. Yeah, that's
so
what brought all that together.
That could be very interesting to see what they do with that.
Right. So I don't know. Very interesting. Very interesting what's going on there. Because, anyways, we could get into a whole discussion on that. We'll wait and see. Because I really would love to dissect that episode. So, anyways, this is a great episode. This is a one way to end the season and absolutely just absolutely knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
So ending in the last episode, we see the Watcher going to, Strange Supreme and saying, and Strange is like, so you're ready to break your oath?
I need you to say it.
And boy, did he.
Yep.
So the entire start of this episode is we start off with Captain Carter, and she's running missions like what we saw in Captain America Winter Soldier. They're getting ready to go in and take down Backtroc, the Leaper.
Yep.
And that was cool because in the parallel of the Captain America version, he was letting the guy who becomes Crossbones lead that mission. He was just kind of listening in.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, Carter's just like in charge, running the whole deal.
Probably a difference in their backgrounds as far as she was already in the military. He was not,
Yeah,
So probably just different in the backgrounds.
yeah, probably so because I mean, she obviously she was taking control.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome. I would really like to see that about her. I really want to see them develop that in future contents
Yeah.
too, because we know that the rumor is, big spoiler here, that she's going to be in the Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness.
Which would be awesome.
Incredible, because I
Yeah.
would love to see them bridge between the two mediums of the animated and the live action.
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward, like she comes in just like in the movie where Cap jumps out of the plane, she jumps out of the plane, she goes in, she starts taking down the Leaper and all his people. She's getting ready to fight with him, and she's like, "What is that?" And then he's like,
You scared?
and then pans up, and there's the Watcher. You have been chosen, Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
And then goes right into the next one. The next one was Star-Lord, T'Challa. And that was really cool because we see him flying in on the Mandela, which is the name of his ship, and they're attacking the giant plant from Ego. Ego's siphoning off the power of Peter Quill.
Yep.
And dude, like those little moments like that really
Yeah,
were
because
beautiful.
they picked up where the other episodes ended
Yes.
and kind of gave you a little bit more of a glimpse in that universe, which was cool.
Yeah, what was going to happen next. And that was really an interesting way to segue, because like we get to see like what would have happened, because like he had no emotional attachment to Peter whatsoever
Yep.
in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, Ego's there just to use him as a battery, which is one of the things he threatened him with at the end of Guardians 2.
Yep.
He's like, you'll get over it in the next 1,000 years as I siphon you off like a battery. So like breaking that, I was just like, okay, so cool. Like that's really awesome. T'Challa comes flying in, saves Peter, flies off, and that before he can get back into the fight, the Watcher's there. T'Challa, Star-Lord, you have been chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, we get the whole Gamora and Tony, and like Tony's standing there. They're melting down the Infinity Gauntlet. The gems are not there.
Yep.
Gamora is holding her father's blade, the double bladed, like, dude, Darth Maul to the next.
Yeah, for real.
And she's wearing his armor. Tony's there. He's wearing the Hulkbuster, and it is decked out in Sakaar. There's a Lego figure of this one where you actually put together the Hulkbuster, and it looks like Sakaar. It's really awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like that was one of those sets. I was like, I know what I'm asking Santa for.
Yep.
Like, let's make this happen. So, Tony's like, what we was talking about a second ago, he has this moment of like, we need to put a suit of armor around the world, around the entire galaxy. And then he's like, you never know when the next bad guy's lurking in the shadows, and you can see the reflection of the Watcher on his armor. And Gamora's like, turns and says, Tony, there he is. He's like,
Tony's ready to go down too.
and Tony's just like, you ready to go, Baldy?
I'll take you out too.
I felt a little attacked in that moment. I was like, that's just rude, bro. Like, why
So,
are you going to hate on him?
He is the only Tony that has survived.
This is the only Tony
Only Tony, yeah. Like everyone,
so far.
all the
Season 2
memes-
is still on the way, man.
all the memes of let Tony live once, man. Give him a break.
Right,
He's died
quit
so many
killing
times.
Tony.
Yeah.
Like, we're not emotionally ready for this.
Yeah.
Stop killing Tonys off. So that was really cool, though, because, like, this is literally the only Tony we've seen survive that wasn't a zombie.
Yep.
And boom, there he is. And it's like, okay, all right. And he's just like, it's not about you, Tony Stark. And I was just like, thank God somebody finally said it. So he takes Gamora, and the next thing you get is Thor on the Las Vegas Strip hammering down literally on some Ultron Sentinels.
Yep.
Great moment because he's just going ham.
The Watcher's trying to.
You've been choked. Yeah. Come
No one dares attack the Vegas.
So he sits there, he slams one, rips the head off of one, and then the Watcher's finally like, bump it. Just reaches down, grabs him, and Hulk just goes into full, schoolgirl.
What are you doing? Take me back. Wait, we're in a pub.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, okay.
So the pub is the pub that, we saw in Captain America and we saw in Captain Carter's episode where her and Steve were having their little romantic moment where they're like, yeah, we have feels, but we're not going to throw them out there.
Yeah,
just
so
yet.
they're not out to Doctor Strange, Captain Carter, and, oh,
I read it in your biography.
yeah, oh, so I was Captain America or Captain Carter
Yeah.
on your universe. No, that was actually Steve. Steve actually got the serum.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a sight to see?
I was just like, way to throw it out there.
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. That would have been some interesting right there.
Yeah.
So I was really into this episode, like, because at that moment everybody's kind of standing there like, oh, we forgot to get T'Challa
T'Challa.
Killmonger.
Yeah.
Killmonger. So that was really cool when they go running in.
They're about to take him out.
Yeah. So you've got the Dora Milaje and you've got Pepper Potts carrying a big old gun. Like that gun was literally her size.
Yep.
She's
Let's go.
huge. And then you've got Siri, and she's like, Killmonger must be held responsible and on trial in Wakandan courts.
Yep.
And they go running into the throne room, and it looks like a bomb has gone off in the throne room. Like there's nobody in there except for him in the Black Panther black and gold armor that
His
we
armor,
saw.
yep.
Yeah, so it was sick. And he's like, he hears something at the door, and he turns around. He's ready to fight, and then you see over his shoulder
The Watcher.
the Watcher. And he's like,
You have been chosen.
he doesn't call him Eric though. Did you catch that? He's like Killmonger.
Yeah. Killmonger.
You have been
Friend of Tony. Murderer of Tony.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when
No,
he
he was a
said,
protege, friend, and murderer of Tony.
but when he gets to this part where he says murderer, he squints his eyes, like glaring at him, like, I know I have to watch you.
Yeah.
And then Dora Milaje and everybody bust in, and throne room's empty. We go to the pub. The whole thing's going on there. And Thor walks up. It's a pub. I'll have a beer. Slams the Ultron robot's head down. And Doctor Strange just produces a beer from under the boom. So that was a really cool moment because we get so many little tie-ins, because we had the whole post-credit scene, which was in Guardians, and then we had the actual scene in Thor Ragnarok
Yep.
where he's getting, this beverage from Doctor Strange, drinks it, throws it down. I'll have another, which ties into every
Yep.
episode of Loki here, and we have that whole connection to Thor 1.
Yep.
There's so many little nod outs and connections back to the movies.
Yep.
Loved it. But then we get the Watcher, who starts telling them the mission. So Watcher's like, here's what's going on, and he starts to tell them what's going on, and like Ultron's taking over.
Yep.
Ultron's going from universe to universe. And I can't remember who it was who stopped him. He was like, can we get takeout here?
Thor. It was
Thor.
Party Thor.
Party Thor.
That, and then I'm not me, but some other people don't understand what the plan is. Can you explain it again? But not me. I fully understand, but everybody else, and then watch it. Now y'all ready?
Yeah.
I'll do
He
this.
just sends them. Like, we're not even going to discuss this again. We're just going to go. Put them all on a planet, has no life. And he's like, this is the universe where we don't have to worry about people actually having collateral damage.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, well, let's all have a drink together and, be prepared. And then tomorrow we'll go into it. And Thor's already made it known. He's like, I am the one who, I will definitely draw unwanted attention.
Exactly what
So
happens.
that's exactly what he had.
Shoots to the sky.
He,
Lightning.
he's like, Viva Las Vegas!
And
Then Ultron, you see Ultron's image fade in. He's like, I didn't even realize there was life in this universe. We'll have to snuff that out.
yep.
And then half the team leaves. Killmonger and who was the other one that left? Killmonger. It wasn't Party Thor.
Gamora.
Gamora. Killmonger and and Gamora.
Yep.
They go through a portal to another dimension.
Yep.
We come back and we find, but we're in this dimension. We got Doctor Strange Supreme. We've got Party Thor, and we've got Captain Carter. And Strange Supreme and Thor team up in a way, and it was absolutely incredible.
Yep.
So Ultron drops from the sky. He's just like, I'm going to snuff out all the life in the universe. He throws some lightning at him. He literally just grabs it in his hand, crushes it,
Yeah, so
Palpatine
before they actually
style,
started fighting, Doctor Strange put a protective
spell and all of them.
spell on everybody.
Yeah, and each one was individually different, depending on who he was
Yep.
messing with. That was really cool because, like, T'Challa even had like a crown and a little diamond across his chest, like his actual suit from Wakanda, which we saw in the normal universe, not in these episodes. And then, like, Thor actually had like Asgardian garbs and things like that. It was really cool because, like, they really got detailed out with where these people are actually from.
Yeah.
So really dope. They start throwing down, and Thor takes Mjolnir and throws it. And this was like the part where I was like, that was incredible. Like, that was so awesome. Doctor Strange does his little spell, and then, like we saw in Infinity War,
Yeah.
the Mjolnir goes into probably 30, 40 different Mjolnirs, and they all
More than that,
start,
probably like 100 of them.
Probably. Okay. Probably. And they all start attacking
Yep.
Ultron, which was incredible. I loved it. So,
And he powers up,
yeah.
knocks everything out, knocks everyone off their feet, and he thinks he's done.
Yeah.
And then they all get back up. Oh, wow, these protection spells, yeah, that actually work. Nice. You weren't lying. Yeah, they won't last for long, though, so let's hurry up.
Yeah. So,
And then Ultron was, usually you people are much easier to kill.
yeah.
What's the deal here? And then it's time for me to bring friends of my own. At that point, right before that, T'Challa, did the sticky fingers.
Yep. Yep.
And got the soul stone for him.
Yep.
Yeah, and then he's trying to bring up his army, and it's like, you took my stone.
Yeah. He realizes the soul stone is gone.
Yep.
And he looks down, like, in his armor, there's a missing piece. But did you notice, again, this is like, all the little details is what I love. Like, the story's incredible. Like, the details they take it to is incredible because in his hand, he's holding the soul stone, but his hand still has the protective spell so that the soul stone won't affect his physical body, like what we saw in all the other movies.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, Father always said you can't get one past sticky fingers or something along those lines. I was like, okay,
Yep.
that's awesome because again, it brings up the whole relationship he has with Yondu.
Yep.
So they jump into the portal. Ultron starts following them through. They go to the same place where Killmonger and Gamora are waiting on them.
Which is the original Earth, his Ultron's original Earth,
Yes,
with Natasha still there.
yes. And they come through. They've got the Soul Stone, and boom, here comes Natasha, and they drop it. Natasha picks it up.
They throw it across, and Natasha swings through with a motorcycle and just catches it. Like, who are you people?
Yeah.
I was supposed to be alone.
Yes, dude, Natasha. Like, I'm glad they got the legal troubles with Scarlett Johansson worked out. So maybe we'll get another nod to her.
But yeah, I say we get another
another
nod to her.
universe.
Yeah. A lot of people were speculating at the end of this episode where we'll come to that in a minute. Let's finish out the main battle. Well, she plays a big role in the ending battle too.
Yes, she does, and all by the Watcher's design. As you watch, you this whole episode, you figure out he's not. He's been watching and planning all a long time. So Natasha has the stone, and Peggy Carter steps in, and she's just like, "Listen, your father is Ivan, but your da is Gregor." And she's like, nobody knows that. She's like, from my universe, me and Natasha are best friends.
I'm the shield. She is the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they move forward, and here comes Ultron, and it is a all-out throwdown.
It's
smackdown.
legit.
There's 11 seconds of them just seeing the Soul Stone on the ground after he gets knocked out of one of their hands.
Yep. And everyone's trying to scramble to get it.
And everyone's scrambling. Black Widow breaks out the Taskmaster shield, and then you've got Peggy Carter with the Union Jack shield, and then everybody's just getting their licks in on Ultron. And that's their plan, is not to necessarily beat him down, but to keep hitting him fast enough, hard enough that he doesn't have time to compute and to think ahead.
And they have to get the Soul Stone into the Stone Crusher
Yes.
to activate it.
Yep. So we find out that in the Gamora and Tony Stark universe, they beat Thanos and took the Infinity Gauntlet from him and created a machine called the Stone Crusher. And it was powered by Infinity Stones, and it wouldn't destroy them, but it would atomize them so that they couldn't be used anymore.
And it was powered by the Soul Stone.
Yes.
Specifically. So they had to get the Soul Stone, which is why they stole it to begin with.
Yes.
They finally get that, put it in there, throw it on top of Ultron. They think they won.
Yeah.
And then Ultron comes back up just laughing. You know,
Yes.
I'm surprised you guys didn't realize this.
Right.
Oh, it's a different frequency.
Yes.
So this is not going to work. It's tuned to the wrong Infinity Stones.
Right.
Oh,
Beautiful.
crap.
And then they realize every universe has their own set of Infinity Stones. And the difference is, because we've seen it talked about in Loki, where Infinity Stones won't work between the dimensions.
Yep.
But the thing is, he's not using the power necessarily of the stones. He's using the stones to power himself,
Yep.
which makes his own abilities that much stronger,
Yep.
which is incredible. And at that moment, he grows to like a skyscraper, and Doctor Strange unleashes the tentacles of. I'm still thinking it's going to be some kind of connection to the tentacles we saw when Peggy Carter and the
Back to Hydra's.
back to Hydra and all that.
Their supreme
So
being, basically.
yes, so really cool, very interesting nods. And at that moment, like Doctor Strange starts powering up, and like there's flashing, and each time the flash is like you can see a different piece of what he's become.
Yeah.
And dude, like visually stunning episode. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Carter and Natasha sees one of the arrows that Clint
That has
dropped
the.
that had the USB drive.
Yep.
And still has the virus on it. And she's like, I need you to get me a shot. So, of course, here they go. She gets the shot off. Carter jumps from behind, is able to pull the top of his mask back.
Mm-hmm.
Natasha hits him in the eye, and he's now infected with the virus that they use to destroy the other Ultrons in Natasha's universe. Brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant.
And then the lovely stomach.
Yes.
Hey, this is so much better than my original human body. Like, this is legit. Like, let's go.
So he's downloaded but you get the moment where it's inside of Ultron's head, and Zola and Ultron are now. Zola's like, "Oh, I've got this," and you see the tentacles come out of him like the Hydra,
Yep.
and start to delete the Ultron.
So, no, this body's
Personality.
occupied. Get out.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
So falls to Earth. You think he's dead. Killmonger has been walking around, not really letting anybody see it, but he has the Ultron helmet or the Ultron head from Party Thor's universe.
Yep.
He uses it to activate the vibranium, which starts to move to him.
Yep.
And he creates his own armor. And all of a sudden, now Killmonger is powered by the Infinity Stones.
Saying we deserve this. This is the only way that we can save our own universes. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so and then Zola stands up, and like in the comic book, okay, so this is a great nod to the comic book. In the comic book, Zola is an actual character that's been around for decades, and he is in a robotic body, and he has pretty much a television for a stomach, and that's where you see his face and how he communicates. So they give this awesome moment where the Ultron robot now has a television-esque face.
Yep.
As a stomach, and Zola's talking through it, which is a great nod to any of the comic book fans. Like everybody's going, I saw it. It was great. And then, so then him and Killmonger start to fight over the stones, and he's like, no, those belong to me. He reaches out to pull them. Total Star Wars moment. Everybody's forced, trying to pull the Infinity Stones back away from each other, and then it occurs to Doctor Strange Supreme. We were never meant to win. We were meant to contain.
Yep.
So he creates his own mirror dimension and traps both of them in an eternal battle in it. Dude. Because I remember watching it and going like, this is so epic. How do we go from here? Like, this is getting so huge.
Yep.
And, dude, Doctor Strange just reaches in and boom, it's done. He's got them trapped in the little glass case now.
Yep.
And the Watcher's like, I knew you would figure it out, essentially. He's like, we couldn't beat them.
Yep.
We had to stalemate them.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, and this will be your responsibility from going.
That was like the ending scene was him basically saying, someone's going to have to watch them. Well, I have nothing but time, so I got you. Or what are friends for?
Exactly.
Basically. So we'll know from that. I would say that we'll definitely have him on probably season 2.
Yes.
And whenever we get back to the the Guardians of the Multiverse in general, he'll be back again. But I like the ending for each character when he places them back in their own universe. It was pretty cool.
Yes.
Especially Peggy Carter. Was it? I don't want to go back to my time. I want to go back to before. I want to be back with Steve. Do I not deserve happiness?
Yeah.
And then she places back in her own universe, and then like, hey, we found something. You're gonna want to come check this out.
Yes. Natasha from her universe comes up and is like, hey, you won't believe what's in the ship.
Yep. The Hydra Smasher. And there's somebody inside.
And you can see to the right of it, there's biometrics, a little heartbeat monitor and things like that. And it's just like, holy trash. Steve is still alive.
Hopefully.
I believe it's going to be Steve, but I think it's going to be one of those moments where were they able to get away or was they held by Hydra?
Yeah.
Did Steve essentially become the new Winter Soldier?
That's what I'm curious about too.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of lingering things there, but maybe Steve is back in that universe. And then
we also get everybody kind of put back in their own little universe. We see Thor hugging with Natalie Portman's character. Jane, thank you.
Jane Foster.
So we see them hugging. We see T'Challa, Star-Lord, essentially helping Peter Quill.
Mm-hmm.
We see Killmonger is trapped, so we don't see anything else from that universe, which kind of stinks. I really want to see, like, does Shuri become, the Queen of Wakanda?
That could be something that happens, kind of like may play out in our own universe.
Yeah.
With everything that happened with T'Challa and things like that.
Yeah.
His actor. So we'll see with that. And then we get Natasha, who does not want to go back, which,
I mean, she's the
obviously-
last person in her universe,
Yeah,
not just
I'm
on her
alone.
planet, but
I'm
in her
alone.
entire galaxy.
I don't want to go back. I'm not stepping through the door. And the Watcher's like, well, she's like, we mean nothing to you. No, I watch you guys because I care about you guys. Like, you guys mean everything to me, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to defend you guys now that he's finally crossed the threshold.
Yes.
And he's like, well, the door's really not really an option. It was like more of a, like, walk through the door, you'll go back to the universe, but I don't have to do that. Like,
Yeah.
you're going back.
Yeah.
But then we see Loki throwing down with Nick Fury
On the helicarrier.
on the helicarrier, like all Asgardians. And then all their Avengers had fallen.
Yep.
And then Natasha jumps back in that
Captain
universe.
Marvel and Captain America were the only two people when Nick Fury left in that universe. We go back to the universe where Hank Pym killed all.
That's what I was about to say. I believe it was the universe with Hank Pym.
Yes.
And so when Natasha had just died,
Yes.
probably not long before that, and then we get her back in this reality, this universe, where she just straight up takes out Loki.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be dead.
She puts him on the ground, takes his own scepter, and hits him in the chest with it.
Yep.
Boom.
And then
Case
Nick Fury
closed.
gets right up. You're not my Natasha.
But
What
I'm
else?
sure glad you're here.
Yeah, yeah. So I loved it. I thought it was really cool and honoring for her character to be placed somewhere else. And
Yeah.
the Watcher would do that
Yes.
for her. And a lot of people speculate, well, we may get her back. We may get her back. I don't think that's going to be our
I
universe.
still don't think.
I think in our universe,
Yes.
nothing that's happened within the whole What If series will play anything with our universe yet.
Well, I think if anything, we may see the. There are a lot of rumors. Again, rumors. Don't quote any of this unless you're just like, hey, I've heard it as a rumor.
Yeah.
But rumor is where you're going to get Captain Carter
Yeah,
in
but it
Multiverse
wouldn't-
of Madness, but it won't.
she's going to come
be-
from her universe probably over.
Yes.
Like with the Watcher, but I don't think there's no ramifications that happen in What If that is actually like character-wise is going to affect
No.
our universe.
No, nobody's
unless
coming
they come
from-
in from the different multiverse universal over
Right.
to ours. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential for that, but I don't really see them doing that. I think they've got enough cogs turning over in the regular MCU 616
Yeah.
to really find, instead of trying to bring some more people in.
Yeah, like she'll probably play a role in that movie, but that may be it.
Mm-hmm.
But then that may lead into us having another MCU version
Yes.
where we follow her universe,
That
which would be
so-
amazing, and give a lot of options for people to reprise their roles, or
Yes.
even give some new people into those roles.
Yes.
And where it's not the same character, really, essentially.
Yes.
So-
That's one way that they can get around kind of Chadwick Boseman passing away. They can bring in a different Black Panther.
And you can bring in a different Tony Stark.
Yes.
You can bring in a different Steve Rogers.
Yes.
I mean, you can bring in anybody you want to in these other universes.
Yes. And there's a lot of rumors we're going to get a lot of that in the Multiverse of Madness because it's going to be a multiverse where they're dimension hopping and going to different
So it'd
planets.
be cool.
So I'm stoked.
Yeah.
I'm really good for it. This was a really great episode, though. It was one incredible way to end the series or the season, knowing we're going to get a season 2, knowing we're going to get some more stuff coming along. This was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. It was fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but if you had to rate it, where would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 5?
I probably can go 4.9.
Good for,
I'd go 4.9 just because it was so much going on.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of nod outs. I mean, runtime, it wasn't that long.
Right.
But there's a lot that happened, and they did a really good job as far as the setup. Even like just the small glimpses in between each universe when they pulled somebody out, put somebody back in. Just really well done. I'd say 4.9.
yeah, I'm going with you.
It was fun.
I'm going to give it a 4.9 too because of the fact that there were loose strings, but those will be followed up in season 2.
Yes.
But for what we had, for as big as that story was and how they were able to break it all down, everybody got their moment. But I feel like even Tony Stark got his moment in this episode, even though it was like just a few seconds, 30 seconds or so. But everybody I feel like got their moment to shine in this episode, in this whole series as a whole, honestly. So for me, I thought it was a killer episode, great series, way to end it with that much going on.
Yep.
And tying up all the loose ends, dude. I still just can't get over how many loose ends they tied up. Leaving some, of course, for a season 2. Mm-hmm. But it was great. So, but anything else you want to add?
No, it was just great.
All right. So it was incredible. Do us a favor. hit the like button,
Subscribe.
leave a comment, and we will be adding some more stuff to the channel and to our Facebook page. So be sure to sub and keep an eye out for all that. We love you guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.